over mudflats. Wilderness has its own quality of silence, an ancient, unchanging quiet. And suddenly, for no obvious reason, the curlew takes flight. Its long legs and pointed wings launch it into the air. It soars along the horizon. Its outline resembles a miniature, dumpy Concorde, purposeful and strong. But it is not the sight that is astonishing. It is the sound. The air is cleaved by a piercing, soul-aching cry, Curlew, Curlew, that spreads over land and water. It is at once sweet and painful to hear, following Norman MacCaig's description in his poem, Curlew. Music as desolate, as beautiful as your loved places, mountainy marshes and glistening mudflats by the stealthy sea. The pauses between the calls are as poignant as the cries themselves. They define the silence and fill it with expectation and emotion. Given a religious turn of mind, you could almost describe it as a benediction. It is as though the winterscape has been blessed. Schrodinger's Curlew also ends with an epiphany. And then, untouched by my musings, the bird spreads its wings and lifts, naming itself with a long, pure note, and my heart, in two states, leaps and breaks. If you haven't done so before, you have now met the bird named after a sliver of the moon and the taut curve of an archer's bow, Numenius arquata, an everyday sprite, otherwise known as the Eurasian curlew. At once magical and down to earth, this bird is a mysterious prober of dung and earth, mud and meadow. Both parts of its name, Numenius and arquata, refer to its most conspicuous long curved bill. Numenius is the Latinized version of two Greek words, neos for new and mene for moon, that thin shaving of light that is full of lunar potential. Arquata is Latin for the archer's bow, taut and stretched into a smooth arc. Numenius arquata, then, is the new moon, bow-beaked bird. Eurasian curlews are Europe's largest wading bird. The body is about the size of a mallard duck, but with much longer legs to hold it clear of the water. The small head, supported by a stretchy neck, terminates in that astonishing, sickle-shaped bill. They are predominantly brown and grey, but when in flight, the white rump and underside flash against the sky. Eurasian curlews are found right across the European continent, from the west of Ireland through to Siberia. There are thought to be around 1 million birds in all, but that is only a best guess. Many areas they occupy are remote and difficult to access, so we know surprisingly little about this common European bird. In the winter, the Eurasian curlews are distributed widely along the coastlines of northwest Europe, the Mediterranean, Africa, the Middle East, India, and Southeast Asia. They form large flocks that can be thousands strong, feeding and roosting together. In the UK, winter numbers of curlews swell to 150,000, boosted by the arrival of northern European birds, their own homes having become too frozen for these probers of mud. We are truly fortunate, one might say honoured, to have so many marvels around our shores to lift the winter months. They mingle with our own native birds that stay all year round. That figure is put at an overly optimistic 66,000 pairs. Curlews that breed in the north of England and Scotland tend to winter around northern estuaries like the Dee or Moray Firth. Southern breeding birds go to the Wash in East Anglia, the Severn Estuary, and to the rocky shores and inlets of southwest England, Wales and Ireland. Some go further, to the warmth of southern Europe. Come early spring, the coast empties as the European birds go back to the continent and the British and Irish ones head inland to breed on moors, peat bogs, rough pasture, damp, lowland, flower-rich meadows, and even silage fields. In simple scrapes on the ground, they lay 3